Hey, what's good, everybody? We're back. This is the Fryar Place, where the conversations are fire. I'm Irving Fryar, your host. We're not talking football today, though. This is Wellness Week here at the Fryar Place with Donna Marie. We're going to bring her in a little bit later on, but I see a few of you who have come in. Come on, write your name in the comments. Let me know who is watching right now, who is listening right now, so we can interact with you and shout you out. All right. As always, we got to pay the bills before we get into the content today. Listen, today is going to be a great show. We haven't had a wellness week in a little bit, but she's back in the flow. I'm going to say ours, mine and her, our schedules were conflicting, but we managed to get it together. So we're back in the house, hopefully to give you some information today that will benefit you, particularly over the holidays. And, I need this information today because I am one who, because of the financial responsibilities of the holidays, or I should say I call it a financial burden of the holidays. I get a little, not stressed, because I'm a silent sufferer. I can be suffering, I can be in physical pain, I can be going through and nobody will know. I'll be praying for somebody else or talking to somebody else about their problems or helping somebody else with the issues, and you'll never know I'm going through what I'm going through. It could be, level 10 for me. Well, I never get to level 10, but it could be level 10 for me, and you'll never know. I'm a silent sufferer, but inside, I'm just topsy-turvy. Inside, there's a lot of stress, a lot of emotional things going on. And for me, I got to learn to deal with my anger on the inside. And Donna has been really helping me with that kind of stuff. Need more help. Ain't there yet. Y'all pray for me. God ain't through with me yet. We're working on it. I'm a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. But good to see you. Who is that? Dawn. Good to see you, Dawn. Is that Annette TEM? Is that, or Annette M? I'm off. Annette M. Unshackled together. Okay, let's all get unshackled together. Yes, let's all get unshackled together. That's what Annette said today. Let's all get unshackled together. Yes, Annette M. Thank you, Annette. Thanks for watching. Listen, we're all going to get unshackled today. I promise you, I'm going to listen to Donna's been just a blessing to me. But listen, before we get into all of that, you too, yep. Cheryl Denby, good to see you as well. Shout out to you. Listen, before we get into our conversation today and get all the information, the great information that Donna's going to give us, let's see a couple of commercials first. Got to pay the bills. All right, I'll be right back right after this.
In Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, there's a slightly slower pace of living. That's also where you'll find the home of Stoltz Fish Structures, where quality, integrity, and world-class customer service are more than just a way to do business. It's a way of life. From our humble beginning over 40 years ago in a small building to the modern 65,000 square foot facility of today, we've remained at the forefront of our industry. Everything from gazebos and sheds to garages and pergolas, and everything in between.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Irving Fryar. I am a former NFL wide receiver. I played for the New England Patriots, the Miami Dolphins, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Washington Redskins. I got something for you. Are you ready to transform your fitness routine? I have here introducing the new Unlimited Body Trainer. Say goodbye to your boring workouts and hello to excitement with over 150 exercises designed to strengthen your abs and your total body. Whether you're a beginner or an athlete like me, our brand new handmade grips ensure every session is comfortable and effective. Proudly made in the United States of America, this powerhouse holds up to 300 pounds. You can't get to the gym? No problem. With our Fit in 15 key sessions, you can achieve a full body workout in just 15 minutes. Experience resistance training, metabolic training, core workouts, and band training, all from the comfort of your own space. But that's not all. Our special elite gear package includes foot sliders, resistance bands, gloves, and a convenient carrying bag. Plus, don't miss out on our exclusive supplements and apparel available on our website. Lose up to 25 pounds in just 2 months. It's time to seize the moment for men and women, for athletes and fitness enthusiasts. The Unlimited Body Trainer is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Make the change today. To make everything easier, download the app today and unleash your potential with the Unlimited Body Trainer.
Donna, you coughed right in the middle of the commercial.
I'm supposed to be muted.
No, I unmuted you because we're getting ready to come on. Did y'all hear her cough right in the middle of the commercial? You're supposed to be the health and wellness expert. You're not supposed to be coughing.
I'm human. Thank you. I'm thinking I'm muted. So I
listen,
can get all my coughs out.
let me say this. A couple of things. I feel, I don't know if you feel this way, but I really do appreciate the friendship we've been able to kindle and develop over time. It really is special to me. In a friend way. I'm not being smart, y'all. I'm not being fresh. Because people just, that's why, you know what? That's why I don't speak to women at the gym. You know, you say something to them or you look at them and they're, oh, I feel uncomfortable. Then you got a lawsuit. So when I'm at the gym, I mind my business. I look straight ahead. I don't talk to nobody. I don't look at anybody. It's because people just take stuff the wrong way. But I really do appreciate it. And what I do appreciate, y'all, because listen, when you connect with Donna, and it's Donna Marie 21, that's where you find her on Google. You can Google her, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. I really do appreciate her patience with me. Because I have dived into a new way of living now. I've changed my eating habits. I've gone 90%, I guess you could say, organic, and I'm using essential oils, and she's laughing, using essential oils and all of that. And I see a difference. I really do. And people see a difference, even though, you know, I was in good shape already anyway. People really do see a difference, and it's like, wow, okay. But I haven't really been able to do all the things I'm supposed to do in terms of reporting to her and give her the right information and filling out certain forms and all. So she's looking at me now, and she's really been patient with me. I've been busy, Donna. I've been busy. Come on.
Well, I think it's something else, but that's all right.
What? What do you think it is?
Well, see, I always say when
you think it's on purpose?
No, I don't think it's on purpose. I
Okay.
don't think it's on purpose.
Okay.
So I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Say it anyway, yeah.
When you have a program and somebody, they pay for it, because by the way, I do coaching for a living.
Uh-huh.
They pay for it, and then they don't really dive in quite immediately. That means the price is too low.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Because what happens is when people, when they pay for something, when it hurts, they never they're in full throttle, right? Yeah,
but you know what? I paid for the program, but I also paid for the supplements. I mean, you know, all the stuff that I'm using in terms of for my bladder health and my prostate health, and you know, the essential oils, all of that. I mean, it's all a combination of all the same thing to gear towards the same goal. That stuff is not inexpensive.
I know it's not. I know it's not.
And I'm using it. Matter of fact, I bought some more last week or so, a couple of weeks ago.
Cool.
Yeah, I had to hit it again because I ran out of a couple of things. The prostate, the medicine for that. The tablets, I ran out, took them all. But no, it's not. That's not it. For me, it's just that, okay, along with filling out all the information, I told you just a little while ago, you know, my routine every morning now has changed in terms of what I got to do. You know, put on my essential oils and rub it on my feet and rub it on my belly and make sure I go downstairs and try to get something to eat and then try to take this supplement, take that. It just sometimes it don't work. Because my schedule is not the same all the time during football. And I really try to get up early. You know, I'm going to work out. Okay, that is something I don't miss. I'm going to work out. I'm gonna get my time in, but I have a prayer. You know, I prayer in the morning with a prayer group at 7 o'clock. So it's different, and then the days are different. I work at the church. I do podcasts. I'm gonna get it done, Donna. I promise you. I only got one more thing to do.
And it's so easy. It takes like 5 minutes.
No, I thought you said it took. You know, thought it was going to take like a half an hour, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, sitting there
No.
quiet. You got to be quiet with nobody else around.
Yeah, but literally it probably takes like 15 minutes tops.
Oh, see,
If
I'm
you think
thinking,
about it, maybe 20.
okay,
But
well,
it's
this,
okay. It's no rush.
but no, because I could have been had that done.
Mhm.
I've been thinking that I need an hour and a half to sit there and be quiet by myself to answer all
No,
the questions.
no.
That was my interpretation of the instructions. So that's why I did not get it done up to this point, because I just
No.
didn't have an hour and a half to sit still yet and focus on the questions. Oh, I'll get that done tomorrow.
Well, I submitted because I got a new client. Was it Yeah, it was yesterday. And so she's so eager to get started. Like as soon as I like emailed her everything, like within 15 minutes, she had like this done. She had the quiz done, which is the last thing you have. I mean, literally,
Well,
it
she don't
takes
work
like
for a living. She don't work for a living, and she don't have people depending on her. I take care of a lot of people.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. There's no rush, really.
I love
No
you,
rush.
Donna.
Now we're just like we had a whole conversation about your health journey.
And you know what? Everybody, she'll give you the same attention. She'll give you the
Yes.
same attention. She surely will. So listen, we're on today. Donna wants to talk about the holidays. We're coming up to the holidays. Next week is Thanksgiving, and then Black Friday, when everybody spends all that money, and then another month later, almost a month later, is Christmas, and then a week after that is New Year's. And Donna wants to help us to understand how not to become overwhelmed during the holidays, how not to be stressed during the holidays, how not to overeat during the holidays, because that's a big no-no that a lot of us, partake in. I eat pretty good even before I changed to eating organic, but yeah, the holidays can be dangerous for a lot of us.
Yeah. And I think what the difficulty is, because sometimes people know like the holidays are overwhelming. People know that they overeat and they have stress. But what people try to do is say, okay, I'm just not going to be overwhelmed. And they make up in their minds that they're not going to be overwhelmed. And that never works.
It never works.
And they make up in their mind, you know what? I'm not going to overeat this year. It never works. So what I want to do tonight is talk about some things that we can do that make those goals a lot easier and really achievable.
Okay.
And so sometimes there are hacks that you may not even think of, but it all relates to health. Whether it's, nutrition,
Hmm.
whether it's exercise, whether it's sleep, all of that is related in ways that a lot of people don't think about.
Okay.
Okay.
All
And
right.
so even like
Enlighten us.
okay. So like the first one, let's start with overwhelm. So you mentioned, and this is kind of a difficult one, but it still comes back to the same thing. You mentioned the financial pressure.
Yes.
Okay. In terms of, but what is that from? Okay. Are you talking about like the gift giving?
Oh, you talking
And
about, you asking me?
yeah, we're having a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
It's
said financial pressure.
financial, yeah, the gift giving and the expectations from other people that I
Yes.
created. From always being generous and giving gifts. So
Mhm.
every Christmas, yeah, there's that holiday in particular. Every Christmas is yeah, it creates not debt, so to speak, but it sure does have a negative impact on my bank account.
Yeah. And for a lot of people, it actually creates debt as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Unfortunately, it
yeah.
really does because it's a huge thing. And like you said, there's expectations of other people, whether you create them or other people create them.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's sometimes there's social comparison. That's not with everybody, but sometimes there is. So there's all of these things, but one of the things that we have to kind of resolve to is that you got to be you, whatever that means. Not be, and when I say that, not be the person that everybody wants you to be, if that's
Okay.
not who you want to be, even if that means making a change. Because sometimes we create those expectations,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't mean that we can't change them because life changes.
Mm-hmm.
Things change, our choices change, our perspective changes, and we have to be allowed to make those changes, and we have to be okay with it. And other people have to learn how to be okay with it, even if they're not okay with it at first.
They may not ever be okay with it. Um, but like, see, for me, when it comes to the holidays, whatever holiday, even if it's my birthday, whatever holiday comes up, it's almost for me, or no, it's not almost. It's like a day. It's a day off for me. I hustle and I run and I work and I go back and forth all the time. And when a holiday comes, I don't want to be bothered. I want to sit down at home. I don't want to hear any phone calls. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to nothing, because it's like a day off for me. That's what it's gotten to, at least at this point in my life. I think that probably will change at some point when I'm not hustling so much. And hopefully that'll be sooner than later. But right now, the holiday for me is like a day off, and I just don't want to be bothered.
And that's okay. Now, do you get bothered? Do you get it? I mean, is it really a day off for you? Do people
No, it's
honor
not a
that?
day off for me. I'm obligated, or I feel obligated to go over here, or to do this or do that, because people are planning things. They like to see me, or they want to. So yeah, it's never. I never get what I want.
Okay. And see, that's the thing. I think even when it comes to the holidays, people need to get what they want.
Hmm.
People need to, well, I'll say we need to set boundaries and create that space. I always say give yourself grace and create space to be you
Hmm.
and to spend the holidays the way you would like to spend it. And that doesn't mean that you upset like the whole terrain around you, where people are like, oh, well, who are they now? Who does he think he is?
He's a
It doesn't have
Grinch.
to be.
But you know what? That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen if I just no, I'm not coming.
Well, like, you don't have to say, no, I'm not coming. Say, how about, okay, and again, sometimes we have to plan ahead of time. How about if I come at this time, but you still got to be able to create that space for you time, because that's really important. And people don't understand I call it me time,
Hmm.
is very important for mental health. And I know you were talking about it being Men's Mental Health Month.
Yes, it's Men's
Having
Mental Health
me
Month.
time is critical, especially for certain personality types. Okay. Not every person needs that. Now,
Okay.
for my personality type, if I don't have me time, I will die.
I can see that too. I can see
I
that
will
you.
die. And there are sometimes I literally have to create that space and say, you know what? I just can't do it. Okay. I'm closing the shades. I'm locking the door. I
Wow.
just cannot do it. I need me time. And if I don't get it, then I start to break down. And then after a while, it's like
You
when it
just
gets
mush.
serious.
You just
Yes,
mush.
it's just like it doesn't work. But not everybody's like that. That is my personality. And I'm not going to tell you what color that is, because I know you have to take that test. But I'll
Uh
give you
huh.
an example. My sister, and I don't she might be on here. My sister, she's a different personality type. She requires zero me time. There are some people that don't require any me time whatsoever. In fact, she's not comfortable being by herself. All right. And my
Wow.
sister and I, we are really good friends. We get along really, really well. We
Mm-hmm.
travel together. We do things together. Sometimes we work on projects together. But she also understands that sometimes it gets to a point where she may be calling me and calling me, where I have to set up a boundary. I'm like, okay, I can't talk to one more person today. Like,
But
it's
you, but
over.
and well, yeah, I'm sure you get. I'm sure you get overwhelmed with what
Yes.
you do. because you have people who obviously have issues who are constantly pulling at you and tugging at you for information and direction. And there's an emotional side to it. There's the financial side to it. There's the instructional side to it. There's time that goes into it. So yeah, what you do is time consuming. It's heavy. It's cumbersome. It can even be burdensome,
Yes, it can be.
So yeah.
There's that emotional component is.
But
is
when you
sometimes
say that, it almost makes me think that that's the type of person I am, where I don't necessarily need me time, because I never get me time. I complained about it a little while ago, like I don't want to do nothing, I don't want to go there, but I'm always doing that. I'm always going and not appeasing others, but I'm always, making sure everything is done for everybody else. And I don't break down. I don't necessarily get angry. I don't fall apart. I get a little worn sometimes, a little tired. If you're on the go all the time, you're going to do that. But it doesn't necessarily cause me to have a breakdown or anxiety attack or hissy fit or temper tantrum or any of that kind of stuff. I just keep going because to me, that's just the way it is. I don't know if that has anything to do with being a middle child. I'm a middle child. I have an older sister and a younger sister. I don't know if it has anything to do with that. See, I've been reading books too, Donna. Yeah, I read books too. I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but it may have. It may have. I don't.
It may have. I don't know. It's funny because somebody recently said to me there's some study about the oldest girl, and their personalities. I'm the oldest girl, in my family. So, and a lot of times the oldest girl takes on a lot of responsibility,
That's right.
And maybe that leads to, being worn out. I don't know. But we all have different personality types. And if you don't need the me time, then that's okay as well. But I think people need to learn that we are all different. And some people need me time and some people don't. But for the people that do, it needs to be respected. But we're always going to be in situations where you have different people and some people don't care. Some people don't understand.
Right.
Sometimes we have to make people understand. And sometimes we just get worn out and sometimes we just can't do anything about it. Because there are times that you can't do anything about it. Like for me, like September for me was nuts. It was like crazy, crazy busy. And I really thought that October, I'm like, okay, in October, I am going to rest. I am going to take a break. It was worse. It was worse. I'm like, okay, January, I'm going to rest. I don't know when it's going to be, but now let's get back to relating all of this to health. Regardless of whether we need me time or not, when we start feeling stretched, when we start feeling exhausted, when we start feeling overwhelmed, it's really important to focus on self-care. That is huge. Whether you need me time or not, you need to at least have time where you're getting enough sleep. And I think you do pretty good with that. You said that in the past, right?
Yeah, I make sure I get enough sleep. I do well with all of those things, pretty much most of the time.
Okay.
I mean, every now and then, obviously, you're gonna have a night where you can't sleep or you wake up early. You have those. We're human. But most of the time, I'm getting my 7 to 8 hours.
Okay, that's good. And also getting the proper nutrition, which I know you're doing really good with that.
I'm
and
doing
even
much
though
better.
Sometimes you feel challenged, to be honest, you're doing better than most people. Seriously.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I tease you sometimes, but you are really doing better than most people. You are.
Well, thank you. I'm doing the best that I can. And again, it's noticeable. I just, when I started, just for those of you who are watching, this is a joke, okay, y'all? Don't take this the wrong way. We got a lot of people watching. Show Williams is in the house. Doc, you have to learn to say no. Yeah, I do have to learn to say no. Who's this? 19 Eddie? Eddie Casper, what's going on, Eddie? How are you? Annette's in the house. Can you say Pollyanna? We have Pollyannas. We already do a Pollyanna. That's why I got to be there. Show Williams. And now, sir, you look okay. She said I should be a walking billboard for your services. For your services, Donna. But when I first started making this transition, I wasn't familiar with what all of the things I'm got now familiar with. So a lot of the things I was buying and eating, it was just all nasty. It was all the food.
Even the healthy stuff?
Huh? Yeah, the healthy stuff. That's what was nasty. The healthy stuff. The oatmeal I was eating, and it just all was nasty. I came to the conclusion, well, I'm just going to eat nasty food from now on for the rest of my life.
Okay, y'all don't listen to that.
That's what I said. Don't listen to me. I wasn't buying. I'm better now. I'm better now. Food tastes better now.
Yes, your palate will change, by the way. Your palate will change.
So it's still nasty. My palate just changed.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I love you, Donna.
Yeah. So the other thing is, and I know you do well with this anyway, is exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise when you feel overwhelmed. Exercise and sleep, and of course the nutrition can literally make the difference, because and again, for those of you watching, all right, if you haven't seen some of the previous shows, go back and listen to them, because each time I'm on, I'm connecting things. There's a common thread and they all kind of line up together. And when you see that, you really begin to understand. And I've talked about exercise before, and I've talked about mental health before.
Mm-hmm.
When we exercise, we produce a hormone that supports brain function, that helps with things like overwhelm and depression and anxiety and all of the mental things. So, during the holidays, when you're starting to feel overwhelmed, and actually it's better, and that's what I'm going to talk about, particularly when we get to overeating, it's better to start these things like before the holiday gets here, because once the holiday's here and things are nuts and you try to eat right, like forget it, sleep, forget it, exercise, who has time? But when you start out before the holiday gets here, it makes a huge difference, and it prepares your body. See, that's the thing with anything. So even when you think about illness, when you think about aging,
Right.
You want to start immediately to prepare your body for what's coming, to prepare your body for the holiday. When it comes to aging, to prepare your body to get as it gets older, because as we get older, our hormones change. And as our hormones change, we're going to start to experience different things. But if we support our body before all of that, the experience is way different. So if we focus on self-care now, so we've got a week before Thanksgiving, for this next week, really try to dial in, look at what you're eating. Okay, and that's the other thing, that on Thanksgiving, you are going to eat whatever you want, and that is okay.
So let me stop you right there. Just hold that thought. You said a week. We have a week before Thanksgiving. Can a week make that much difference?
I like 2 weeks. And so actually, when we were going to do the show in the beginning, but our schedules are all messed up, I was going to talk about getting in that 2 weeks. But a week is better than nothing.
Well, nothing at all.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like after 2 weeks, you can really notice a difference in your body. So I always tell people 2 weeks. But if you got a week and you're just hearing this for the first time, it'll be better than if you don't do anything at all.
Exactly. Okay. Got you.
So I say, everybody knows that on Thanksgiving, you are going to eat whatever you want. It doesn't matter how much sugar's in it. It doesn't matter how much oil's in it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much, whatever is in it, you're going to eat it.
Donna, I promise you, I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
I promise you, I'm no. My wife has changed what she cooks. She changes what she's cooking with. Yeah, no, I'm not. I won't. I'm not.
Great. I love it. And hopefully everybody that's watching, most of you will say the same thing. But if that's not you, that's okay. I always give people grace on Thanksgiving. Even my coaching clients, I'm like, eat whatever you want. And one of the reasons why I say that is so funny, because last year I ran a group coaching program in the fall, and Thanksgiving was right in the middle of it. And I told them, I said, on Thanksgiving, you can do whatever you want. You can eat whatever you want. If you want to stay on the regimen, do that. If you want to go off, I'm not going to say anything. So everybody decided, they were like, great. They went off and they felt horrible. I mean, it's like their bodies like totally tanked. And I actually like people to experience that, because you never know how good that healthy feels
Right.
until you're healthy and then go off.
Right.
And then when your body says to you, I know you have lost your mind, then you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do this again.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes easier. So that's why I say, do whatever you want and your body will tell you. But if you start now eating the right thing, you won't be killing yourself between now all the way through Thanksgiving, because then it's worse.
Okay.
Okay. Get out. And if you're not a big exerciser, get out, walk, walk, exercise. I mean, even if you just do stretches in the morning, get your body moving. Get your body moving, because that's going to help your brain function. So that's going to help you deal with the overwhelm. And it's also going to give you more energy, because a lot of times when we get overwhelmed, we get tired, we get
Right.
fatigued.
Right.
So get that exercise in, and of course, get the sleep in. All right. Now let's bridge sleep to overeating. Because a lot of times, and to be honest, sometimes I'm challenged with this too because of my metabolism. I can be eating as healthy as all get up, as they say, but sometimes I'll eat too much. And because I don't gain weight fast,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, I'm not gaining weight. I can just keep eating until I can't eat anymore.
What remind me to ask you a question when you're done with this explanation, because I've got a different scenario for you.
Okay. So with the overeating, here's my biggest, and it's not really a hack. There's a whole science behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, getting enough sleep has a lot to do with how much you eat.
No.
And the reason, yes, the
Really?
reason is
Wow.
because when we are asleep,
Mm-hmm.
we produce a hormone called leptin. And leptin lets the brain know that you're full. Stop eating. And when you don't get enough sleep, you don't produce enough leptin. So your brain never tells you to stop eating, and you just keep eating and eating and eating. And there's no internal signal that's saying stop. And that's why a lot of people overeat. That is the science behind it.
So is that what happens when a person smokes some weed? It turns off the leptin, and they start, and they get the munchies and keep on eating. Is that what
Now,
weed does?
that I don't know. That I can't answer. Can anybody in the audience, anybody watching live, have more experience with that? I don't have experience with that. I can't
Weed
say.
turns the leptin off, so they start getting the munchies. But listen, I'm eating right, but doggone it, Donna, I'm hungry all the doggone time. I can't eat enough. I am hungry all the time. I go to sleep at nighttime just to go to sleep. I'm hungry, but I go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Stay out of the kitchen, just go to sleep. I'm hungry all the time because I just don't get full.
Okay, so this has been since you've changed your diet.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm eating grass and roots and stuff. I'm hungry all the time.
Okay, so we need to look at how many calories you're getting. Because now, are you eating mostly plant-based? Is that because maybe you're not getting enough calories?
Yes, I'm eating mostly plant-based. I got some yogurt now that has protein in it. I'm just, yeah.
Are you doing the avocados?
Yes.
Every day?
Not every day, because every day I don't necessarily have time to fix it. But yeah, most days, yes. And I do the poke bowls too. I try to do the poke bowls. I told you about those earlier.
Right.
That's got avocado and all that stuff in it. Two meats and, onions.
So you may not be eating enough because you're very active.
Donna, I eat all the time.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Because I need to know what you're eating, because again, you're very active.
Yes, ma'am.
So you may not be getting enough calories. And that's the other thing. Now, I'm 100% plant-based. And the other thing I love about that is I can eat a lot more than a person who is not
Right.
plant-based.
Right.
And I can just
Yes.
like really pack it
Yeah.
in,
Right.
but again, you're a guy, you exercise a lot, you're very active, you still may need to get more calories in. So I need to look at what you're eating, which
There's
when we
not enough
start,
hours in the day.
well, it's not frequency. It doesn't have to necessarily be frequency. It's the thing, like what you are actually eating
Okay. All right.
and how much you're eating at those times. It's not like you have to eat 10 times a day, but look at what you're eating, how much calories are in that particular meal.
I'm hungry now.
Well, we'll be done in about 20 minutes.
I had
And you
what did I have before I came up here? I had fish, the basa fish, and vegetables, and a little bit of rice.
Okay, so do you like potatoes?
I thought I had to stay away from potatoes.
Did I tell you had to stay away from potatoes?
I said I thought I had to stay away from potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. How about sweet
Sweet
potatoes?
potato. I love sweet potatoes, yes.
Sweet potatoes are actually much healthier than your white potatoes.
Okay.
So that's something that you can add. You can also do like a brown rice pasta.
Mm-hmm. I put that in my
Do-
poke bowls, that brown rice in my poke bowls.
Okay, so now are you dairy free or no?
I don't drink milk. Yeah, I don't do none of that.
What about cheese?
I stopped. Listen, you scared me when we first started talking, and you scared the bejesus out of me. I stopped eating a whole lot of stuff. You scared me to death, and I don't eat cheese. I stopped eating cheese.
Good. I don't eat cheese, but there are cheese substitutes that have calories in them.
Anything that
So
says substitute, I don't eat.
what if it doesn't say substitute?
Anything that's a substitute, if it ain't natural, if God didn't make it, I don't take it.
So, okay, all right. So let's talk about myths about plant-based eating. Let's talk about plant-based eating myths.
I'm getting you off your talk, but go ahead.
That's okay. These are real questions, and I'm sure. And again, I'm not looking at the comments, but if anybody has comments, questions, put them in there. Let's address them because a big eating holiday is coming up, and there are myths about food. Go
Wait a
ahead.
minute. I want to shout Cheryl Williams out. She said, wow, most people have no idea what I'm talking about when I say basa fish. I know what you're talking about, Cheryl, because I eat basa. I had a big piece of basa tonight. Yes. It's good fish.
Tell me what that is.
It's a white
Is it a
fish.
type of fish?
And the fillets don't have any bones in them, and they're good big fillets. Great tasting fish.
Okay. All right. And fish is good. So here's the thing. When something's a plant-based alternative, now there are some things that's not real food. Like I do not eat like that Beyond Meat stuff. I don't
Oh
eat that.
no.
All right. No, don't eat that stuff.
No.
But there are foods that are made from plants it's not like artificial food. It's real food, but it's made from plants instead of animal product
Okay,
or animal protein. Okay, it
Right.
doesn't mean that it's not real food. You know what I'm saying? Just like I make macaroni and cheese every Thanksgiving. Every Thanksgiving. I do not use dairy cheese, but I
Right.
use a plant-based cheese. And after now it's probably going on 15, 20 years of perfecting it, I'm really, really good at it. And when I give it to people who, if I don't tell them it's all plant-based, if I don't tell them it's not dairy cheese, they don't even know. They
Right.
don't even know. But
Right.
it's real food, but it's not going to cause inflammation.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's the difference. So I don't want people to think that plant-based food is nasty. I don't want people to think that plant-based food is not real, because I always say it's from God's garden.
Mhm.
It's from God's garden. All right.
Yep.
Are we good with that?
Yep. I'm good. No. Listen, for everybody who's watching
I
right
know.
now. I'm messing around. Because I'm a clown. That's just what I do. And Donna and I have a good time. But I really am. I made the change, and I'm doing organic foods more so than anything else. And I might have a cheat day and put some junk in my body, but At least my body knows how to deal with dirt when it when it comes up. But I am doing better than I ever have been in my life. Trust me.
Great.
And I was okay before. I was doing well before, but I had an incident come up where and I met Donna, and she started coming on the show, and I got educated, and I don't want to suffer then die. We're all gonna die, but I don't want to be doing things, putting things in my body that will cause me to suffer later on, and then die. Not when I've been given the information now. I know better now. So I'm the type of person, now that I've been given the information, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to take that information and use it. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and it's working. It really is working.
Great. And thank you for saying that, because I want people to know that it really does work.
Yeah.
And it really does make a difference, And again, we do joke about it, but as we get older, we get more serious about it too.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise we'll really start to feel the change in our hormones, which is natural, but it doesn't have to have a negative impact if we support our body in the right way. That's the thing. So another thing that I want to talk about too is when it comes to overeating, because a lot of people stress eat. You know what I mean? I start feeling bad, and sometimes there's a lot of sadness during the holidays, which we're going to hopefully have time to talk about as well. Sadness during the holidays. So people are stress eating. All right. And stress eating a lot of times has to do with overwhelm, and it causes us to overeat. We eat when we're not hungry. We just eat when we're not feeling our best. We're sad, we're depressed, we're thinking about this, we're thinking about that, we're worried about this or that, and then we start eating just for the sake of stress. And so what we need to learn to do is find other ways to manage our mood instead of eating. Okay.
Now, do people eat when they're stressed or they're sad or they're overwhelmed because the taste of the food, if they like the food, the taste of the food makes them feel better?
No. Maybe, yes, partly, but also because what food does, it actually causes the body to release our feel-good hormones. We get a dopamine release.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily the taste. Like if somebody has like a salt craving, like there's these chips that I love, and they don't use like the inflammatory oils, like they're siete chips. And sometimes I get addicted to them if I'm, particularly if I'm traveling, because I can't, like when I'm driving long distance, I must have snacks.
I'm with you there. Yeah. Yep.
Because if I don't have snacks, then I can't deal with the traffic.
Right.
And so I love these chips, and they have the avocado oil. It's a very clean chip instead of the inflammatory oils. And so, but when I'm eating those chips, my body is releasing dopamine, and they are making, and so it's a happy feeling. And it's a real feeling. If people say, there have been studies done on ice cream, ice cream, they say, does ice cream really make people happy? Yes, it does, because it causes a huge release of dopamine. That's like a drug. It's literally like being addicted to drugs because of the dopamine and the serotonin. They are feel-good hormones, serotonin. And so when we're eating these comfort foods, they are actually making us feel good, and we like that feeling, and that feeling is much better than the stress that causes us to eat it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. So that definitely is true. But if we can find other things to do, like I'll just give an example, like music, singing, or if you play an instrument, or just some other activity that you can put in place of the eating. But again, it's something that you have to be intentional about. It's something that you have to work out, because it's not going to happen right away. If you're used to going to the food, that's going to be your first reaction. But what you need to do is pause. When you start feeling it, just pause for a minute and think, am I really hungry? Am I really hungry? Or do I just want this to manage my stress? Or do I just want this because I'm not feeling the best? Or do I just want this because I see it? Just think about it, and then decide to do something else. And sometimes when I get hooked, like if I'm eating too many of those chips, I'm just like, sometimes I have to pause. I'm like, okay, you know what? I can drink water. I just need to drink water. I'm probably thirsty. And that's another thing. Sometimes we think we're hungry and we're really thirsty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So when you feel like, okay, I want to eat this, and that it's probably not the best thing to eat all the time, or you don't really need to eat it, drink water. Because
Hmm.
sometimes you're more likely to be thirsty and just not realize it. And then you'll just eat something.
See, you got me so extreme. I stopped drinking water out of plastic bottles. I paid
Yes.
more money for the mountain spring water in the glass bottles.
The best.
Yep, it's the best. It's expensive.
It is
God
expensive.
Almighty, it's expensive, but it's the best because again, if it's plastic bottles, not just not putting my lemon in the plastic bottles. You can't do it. Got to use metal or glass. But it's you don't know how long it's been in that plastic bottle. You don't know how long it's been traveling. It's been in some truck somewhere. It's been in the heat somewhere, and that plastic has been leaching into the water. I told you scared me. You scare me when you say stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I got to look up what's the best water to drink. And it's
Yeah.
mountain spring water.
That
It's,
is
yep.
true.
And so I go to Wegmans and I get a whole case of mountain spring water. There's 12 big bottles in there. It lasts me a week. That's it.
Well, here's the thing, because not everybody may be able to do that.
Right.
So I like to give people options because everybody's different. Everybody's budget's different. Their lifestyle is different. What you can also do is if you buy water in the big like gallon jugs,
Uh-huh.
when you get it home, yeah, you may store the jugs somewhere, but put them in something else. Like I don't have it. I don't have it with me now, but I have a bunch of glass water bottles and
Mm-hmm.
stainless steel water bottles. And I even have a big glass jug that I'll transfer the water, even though you don't know how long it's been in the
Right.
plastic. That is
Right.
true. And there's nothing you can do
At
about
least
that.
you stop it at that point.
Yes, at least, yeah, there's a stopping point. Put it
Right.
into glass before you start drinking it.
Right. Right.
So that's what I do. So that's what I recommend to people because not everybody, because that Mountain Spring water, I love that. There's Mountain Spring, there's Voss, there's Sarah. What's the other one? Saratoga, I think it's, or
Mountain
Saratoga.
Spring is the best one. Mountain Spring is the best one. It's got
Yeah, it is.
the highest rated. Yep.
It is. But just in case somebody can't do that, just transfer the water into glass or something else. All right.
Yep.
So I'm looking at the clock. So I'm going to move on to the third thing. So we've talked
Okay.
about overwhelm. We've
Mhm.
talked about overeating. Now, if you're watching, if there's a question that you have that I haven't answered, please put it in the comments because I don't want to leave with people having unanswered questions. But I want to talk about this for the last 10 or 15 minutes,
Okay.
which is huge during the holidays, is grief.
Hmm.
It's huge. There are so many people suffering in silence during the holidays. It is crazy. And again, they say, the holidays, it's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. And it is on the surface, but a lot of people underneath, they're
Right.
missing their loved ones
Right.
during the holidays and they're not saying anything about it. So every year around this time, I teach classes on grief. I taught one 2 weeks ago. I'm doing another one on December the 1st because people need to be healed.
Mhm.
People need to be healed of grief. And sometimes people don't even really understand the impact that grief is having on them. And it almost comes to the surface during the holidays. It comes up, you're thinking about it, but you're not talking about it because you
Mhm.
don't want to bring other people down. And you
Mhm.
don't want other people to think, oh, they're still talking about them. They died 5 years ago and they're still talking about them. Well, 5 years isn't that long when you really love someone and
And-
you miss them. It can
Right.
go
And
on
everybody
for a
grieves.
while.
Everybody grieves differently.
Everybody grieves differently, and it's huge. And I just want to give you some statistics. And when I'm talking about grief, I'm talking specifically about loss through death
Uh-huh.
or loss of a relationship. That's another one. I mean, over the past, like especially during the pandemic, so many marriages have just completely unraveled, and the grief that's associated with that, I didn't even realize how bad it was until this season when I'm dealing with people that are suffering the loss of a relationship, and it is huge. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's really huge. And it's funny because I even thought that it was mostly women, but it's men too. It's men too, and I was talking with someone recently, and he was telling me, he was like, I was married for 30 years,
Mm-hmm.
and even though he's glad to be out of it, he
Right.
was like, I gotta find who I am. Like, I don't even know who I am.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's almost like your identity is rooted into that marriage, and then when you leave it, it's a grief that keeps going until you like almost reinvent yourself, or just become the person who you really are, because I don't think the person is like gone, but you just got to be able to become the person who you really are with your own identity,
Right.
not being
Right.
lost in a relationship. But to give you some statistics,
And
over
I can
go ahead.
identify with that, Donna. I was married for 28 years and she divorced me. So yeah, I identify with, trying to trying to gain balance. Trying to gain
Yeah,
balance with okay, who am I? Which way am I going? What am I doing here? What's going to happen? And how to do
and
that.
that's
So,
huge.
yeah, yeah.
And people carry that, and they don't realize that it's impacting not only in their life in ways that they don't realize, but it's also impacting your health as
Of
well. It's
course.
impacting your health.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just to give you some statistics, over 3 million people die every year in the US. That's a lot of people. And
Wow.
marriages, 50% of marriages in the US end in divorce. That's the first marriage. The second marriage, it's 60%.
How many
The
what's the
third,
second marriage percent?
60%.
60%. Good
Yes.
Lord.
And the third marriage is 70%. But
No.
yes. But you know why that makes sense? Because if you haven't healed from the
Right.
first
Yeah,
marriage,
yeah, yeah.
and you're carrying that into the second and the
Hmm.
third marriage, it's like you're carrying all of this baggage, all of this loss,
Right.
and it's happening multiple times. And
Hmm.
not everybody is able to survive that. And the
Hmm.
statistics are showing that.
Wow.
And then even in family relationships, 1 in 10 Americans are estranged from their parent or child. That's also huge. And people don't think about that as well.
Right.
When you're estranged from your loved ones, from your relatives, that has a huge, huge impact.
Hmm.
And let me give you an example of how that even impacts our body. So I recently had a client, actually, it's a newer client, and this client has been diagnosed with cancer. And so with my clients, I go through like a timeline where I look at their health history from birth to present. I look
Uh-huh.
at everything that's happened to their health, and then I look at all of the events in their life. Okay.
Right.
And so as I'm going down the timeline, and then I get to the part and the person tells me that their significant other died.
Hmm.
Okay. And they don't say a whole lot about it. And then I keep going. And then I look at the cancer diagnosis. And I notice that it's within 2 years.
Hmm.
So then I said, let's go back to when this person passed away. Tell me about that time. And when I said that, the person just burst into tears.
Wow.
I mean, and just started experiencing it over just in that session.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, we've we've discovered something here.
Hmm.
Your diagnosis is directly tied to that, because when you experience traumatic loss, you become at very, very high risk to be diagnosed with a serious or terminal illness within 2 years.
Wow.
And they were right at 1 year and 9 months. And
Wow.
this was a huge deal. And so, and it's funny because I asked them, because this person knew about the class that I was teaching, and I said, did you attend the class? And they said, well, I didn't think I needed it. And I'm like, do you think you need it? And
Now.
they were like, yeah. Yeah. So, but that lets me know that as I'm coaching them throughout their health, we've got to deal with the emotional component as well.
Right. Right. Right.
And when
Yeah.
it's so getting back to the holidays, people that are suffering in silence, it's not only the grief that they're feeling that they're not talking about, it's tearing down their bodies,
Mm.
and they don't even realize it. They don't even realize it. And that is huge.
Wow.
That is huge. And here's the issue that I have. And I know we only have a couple of minutes, so I'm going to make this quick. But
Well,
in
you're gonna
our
be back. You're gonna be back in 2 weeks. So
yeah, that's right. So I'll finish the grief. Yeah, we'll do grief
be back in
in
2 weeks,
because
and
this
it's be
is this.
right. It'll be right after Thanksgiving.
Yes, actually, yeah, you're right. That following weekend. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we'll continue grief then, because actually that week is when I'm teaching the part 2 of the class on grief. It's called "When the Tears Won't Stop," and it's funny because when I talk to people
Uh-huh.
and when I mention that title, because again, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm okay, I'm good," but as soon as I start asking questions, the tears
Right.
just begin to flow, and that lets me know you're not really good.
Wow.
And one of the things, so I don't know if you've heard about the 5 stages of grief. That's a model.
I've heard of it, but I can't remember them.
Okay, so the 5 stages of grief, people that are going through grief counseling are very familiar with this because
Mm-hmm.
mostly all therapists use this.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are 5 stages of grief that you go through. And it's used in therapy to help with the healing process. And even for my own self, because I've gone through major grief, including traumatic grief twice. And so my issue was I remember going through the 5 stages of grief.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with this model, and most people, most therapists use this, is that there's no way out. Because the
Mm-hmm.
first stage is denial. And by the
Mm-hmm.
way, I'm going to give you the 5 stages. They don't necessarily have to be linear. Okay. Some
Okay.
people experience them in a different
Different.
order.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But the first stage is usually denial. For me, it's always denial. Denial. And then there's anger.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's guilt. Guilt is also paired with bargaining. And so, what is meant by that? Sometimes we feel guilty, that somehow it was our fault. Or
Right.
sometimes, if a person is dying, we start to grieve before the person's dead. Or even if it's in a relationship. If
Mm-hmm.
a relationship is unraveling and breaking up, the grieving process can actually start before it's final. So where the bargaining comes in is that we start bargaining with God. Well, God, if you let them live, then I'll do this or I'll do
Right.
that.
Right.
Or
Right.
God, if you make it so that they don't leave, I'll do this or
Uh-huh.
I'll do that. So that's where
Uh-huh.
the guilt and the bargaining come in. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's depression,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's acceptance. All right. And when you're going through, but the thing is, when acceptance happens, most people think you'll be done with it, but you can accept it, but still not be able to get out of
Right.
that tremendous pain that you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, excuse me, is that you can cycle back through the grief. And so you can get to acceptance, but all of a sudden find yourself
Go
back
back.
in anger,
Back. Yeah. Yep.
find yourself back in denial.
Yep.
And I'm just like, okay, this model is real. So I want people to know it is real, it is true, but there's got to be a way
Way
out,
out.
you know? And so I began to seek for that way out for myself because I'm like, I can't live the rest of my life like this because I know, and a lot of people say this, you don't get over grief, you just learn to live with it. That's not sustainable. I
No, it's
used to
not
say that for
sustainable, but
years.
that's true in many instances or many different things in our lives, events or issues or whatever, pains, disappointments. You may not get over it. You just kind of learn to live with it. It's like a broken ankle. You may not ever walk the right way, but you learn to live with it.
I'm so glad you said that
Uh-oh.
because
I'm good. See, I
about a
set you
broken
up.
ankle.
I set you up. Go ahead.
Yes, I love that. So there's a scripture. I'm going to bring in a scripture. It's Proverbs 17:22, and it says, "A merry heart doeth good like medicine, but
Mm-hmm.
a broken spirit
Yes.
drieth the bones."
Mm-hmm.
And this is a scripture that tells us it's not sustainable
Mm-hmm.
because a broken spirit drieth the bones. That means a broken spirit will kill you.
Right.
That's why it's not sustainable. It
Mm-hmm.
eventually will kill you, and probably through illness. Because if we think of what does that mean, drieth the bones, in our bones, in our physical bones, in our bone marrow, that's where our blood cells are produced. So if our bone marrow becomes completely dried up and not functional, we die.
We die. Yep.
We die. So, and I don't believe that it's God's will for us to die as a result of sorrow.
Right.
And there's
Or
too
grief.
many
Yeah.
scriptures in the Bible that let us know that.
Mm-hmm.
So in my own journey, in my own searching, I have added on a stage 6. And this is something that I teach. And stage 6 is release.
Mm-hmm.
And release is when we have to let the person go. Whether it's loss through death, we have to let them go, because a lot of times when a person dies, we're keeping them alive. We're keeping them alive. They're here with me, and every day you're thinking about being with that person and they're gone.
Right.
And people should not think, well, I don't want to forget them. You're never going to forget them.
Right.
But you got to let God have them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. And so stage 6 is release and ending the struggle with God. That's how we release. We let God take the person. He's already taken them, but you're not letting
We're
God
trying to
really
hold on.
have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to hold on. And we don't even realize we're doing that. But when I mention something about, to a person about their loss and they burst into tears, they're holding on.
Right.
We have to let them go. In a relationship, okay, we know, yes, God he doesn't like divorce, okay? But if that happens, you got to let the person go.
Yep. You got to let them go, y'all. You got to let them go.
You have to let them go.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that.
You don't. And again, I'm not advocating divorce. Not advocating this at all.
We say, shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Because I feel like a morning star. I feel.
Oh my goodness. See, I'm not even going to address that. I think there's something else going on there. I'm just saying that you gotta let them go.
Yes.
Okay? You've got to let them go. And during the holidays, we're thinking about the people we've lost through death. We're thinking about the people we've lost that are still walking around. Okay. All of this is going on during the holidays because we're used to having them with us.
Right.
But we have to release them and we have to end the struggle. So here's another thing. All right. There are actually foods that can help you manage grief.
Get out of here.
Can we go to like quarter after? Is that okay?
Yeah, get a food that helps you manage. Before you get to that, stay with the foods. But Eddie Casper's asking about drinking hydrogen water.
Good. Yes, that's good. Hydrogen water is actually good. I actually have a hydrogen water bottle that makes hydrogen.
I have one as well. Yes.
Yeah. Now so that's not something that you drink 100% of the time.
Right.
But it's something that you add into your regimen.
Okay.
Because it's very healthy. That's something you can drink every day. Maybe, if you're drinking 8 glasses of water a day, maybe 1 or 2 of them is the hydrogen water.
Okay.
Really good.
There you go, Eddie Casper. You're on the right path, brother.
Yes. Lots and lots of benefits.
And Annette says the boot. Give him the boot. We got you, Annette. Give him the boot. The boot.
Now, when there's I'm gonna leave that alone, y'all.
Let him go. Give him the boot.
Yeah, there you go. The boot, let God have them. I didn't say kick them out. Just let God have them.
Like it, Annette. Shoe fly, don't bother me.
But now taking grief and bringing it back to health and bringing it back to food. Okay, there's actually food that can help with grief. Now, when I say that, I don't mean if you eat this, it's going to take the sorrow away. Not saying that at all. But here's what happens when we grieve, particularly deep sorrow that we're hanging on to, it causes something in the body called oxidative stress.
Mm.
Okay, oxidative stress. I won't go into the technicalities, but it's basically these molecules in our body that are imbalanced that can cause disease. And oxidative stress is the number one cause of aging,
Ooh.
oxidative stress. All
Okay.
right. And so when we grieve, it causes these, and it's basically these free radicals that are running around in the body. It causes more of these free radicals in the body, which will cause you to age. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure everybody probably knows someone in your life who has lost someone and they've never gotten out of that deep grief.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
see them 10 years later and they look like they have aged
Don't
50
like
years.
old. Yeah.
That is oxidative stress
Mm.
caused in part, at least, by the grief. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And you can eat foods to help combat oxidative stress. So as you are healing from your grief, you also want to be supporting your body nutritionally to combat the oxidative stress. And what combats oxidative stress are foods that are high in antioxidants.
Okay.
All right. You probably guess what foods are high in antioxidants.
I don't know. Chicken.
Plants. Wrong. I don't have a buzzer here.
Chicken. I was hoping you say chicken. Chicken. Plant based. Yeah,
Unfortunately,
plant based. What about chicken?
actually,
Dog.
there's I think what is it? It's a particular type of fish. I think it's salmon and tuna. They say have antioxidants. Probably not a whole lot. Really, your highest antioxidant foods are
Plant
your
based.
fruit-based foods. Your
Mhm.
berries, your citrus fruits, your dark green leafy vegetables, your root vegetables, your cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage.
Uh-huh.
Just vegetables. I know you don't eat nuts, but nuts, beans, actually dark chocolate. For those of you who like dark chocolate, I'm not talking about milk chocolate. I'm talking about dark chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
That's also high in antioxidants, whole grains, spices, and herbs. And here's my favorite, because everybody knows me knows that I love essential oils. You ready? Write this down.
Look. I was just getting a pen and paper out.
Write this down. So again, I talked about oxidative stress is the number one cause of aging. It also can cause disease. All right. Clove essential oil has the highest antioxidant power of any substance on the planet.
Wow.
Any substance on the planet.
Clove.
Clove essential oil has the highest antioxidant power.
Is that
Now,
clove? Is clove? Do you internalize it, or do you rub it on your body?
You can rub it on your body. Clove is a strong oil. I recommend just rubbing it on the bottom of your feet.
Okay.
Okay. It's because usually that's not a sensitive area.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give you an example for those of you who use essential oils, or maybe you don't. So here's kind of the thinking behind it. So I mentioned earlier tonight that September was crazy for me. October was crazy for me. My sleep has been compromised. I've been feeling overwhelmed at times. So in my brain, I know, okay, Donna, all of these things are happening. Oxidative stress is probably increasing in your body. So you know what I've been doing for the last probably 3 weeks now?
Rubbing clove essential oils on your feet.
Every morning. Every morning. And that's the way you think about it. Okay, if you know there's sometimes things are out of your control. So if you know I've been under a lot of pressure, I've been under a lot of stress, I've been feeling overwhelmed, what can I do to combat or compensate for that? We have tools. Okay, we have the tools like I mentioned: nutrition, sleep, exercise. Essential oils are a huge tool. So clove essential oil is my go-to when I know that there's probably oxidative, or I'll say free radicals running around in my body that imbalanced. I'm pulling out the clove because I know that is going to correct it. more than anything else.
Wow.
On the bottom of my feet.
Do you think that this is my pen I was writing. Do you think that we talked enough about essential oils in our last show, the last time you were on? Do you think we need to talk about that again to go
Absolutely.
a little more in
Yeah.
depth? Because listen, this is the gods, y'all. I would not have believed this unless it happened to me.
Uh-oh.
So on my stomach, years ago, I had a little fatty tissue that I had removed. He cut it out just to make sure it wasn't cancerous. It's just a fatty tissue. It was just fat, but you could see it was poking out. And because I'm slim, you can see it. It almost looked like an extra stomach muscle. So a little while ago, I developed another one, a little fatty tissue on the side. I was going to have it removed just to make sure. I started using the essential oils in the morning. Don't you know that thing is gone?
Yeah, I love it. Say it again.
Don't you? It's gone. It started dissolving. Like, this thing ain't dissolving, and it's been here. I've had it for like 3 years now, and I just never got to the doctor to we had it checked out. It wasn't cancer or anything. I just didn't want it on there because you can see it. I'm thin, so you can see it, and I'm like, I don't like the way that looks. Just take it out, and I just never got it scheduled. I started rubbing that essential oil, and that thing started getting smaller. I'm like, what?
I love it.
It dissolved it. It dissolved it.
Yep.
And those oils are powerful. You hear me, y'all? These
love
essential
it.
oils. That's why I want Donna to come back on our next show and talk more about the essential oils, because I am a living witness. Now, the other oils I'm using on the bottom of my feet, I'm sure they're helping, but I haven't visually seen anything. I'm sure they're helping. But these other ones that I'm rubbing on my stomach, they've dissolved that fatty tissue.
I love it.
It's like, it's crazy. And it didn't. It started happening immediately. It wasn't like it was 3 weeks into it. It was like after 5 days or 6 days, it got smaller.
Yeah, they are that powerful.
It's powerful. Yes.
And the thing is, essential oils, that's the medicine that they used in Bible times.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about it. No side effects. I mean,
Nope.
just plant powered to the hilt. I mean,
now what I don't want to do is I try not to put any cologne on because I'm already smelling like essential oils in the morning. So I'm torn as to whether I need to put some cologne on or not, because I'm already smelling like essential oils.
Okay, so okay, we're over time. Are we allowed to do this? Do you want to wait till? Because I can answer that question too.
There's no time limit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's no time limit.
So when you talk about cologne, so first of all,
Uh-oh.
when we talk about conventional, I know you're going to hate this.
I'm gonna have to throw all my cologne away now. Thanks, Donna. Lord Jesus.
Okay, so cologne, perfume, conventional stuff, they have chemicals in it that if you knew what they were would blow your mind. I did a class on that as well. There are studies on governmental websites of all of the different types of cancers that are caused by the chemicals in cologne and perfume. But don't despair. I have a solution.
So you can still smell good.
So first of all, there are essential oils that you can use in place of perfume and cologne. Because actually, when I started using essential oils, I was like, yes, now I can literally, even the clean perfumes that I was using, but they weren't really clean. I was like, okay, the essential oils, I love the way they smell. I can use that. But then there are some people that really like that experience of spraying. You can't spray essential oils like that. They like the spraying thing. I'm not one of those.
It ain't that. Yeah, it ain't that.
But there are some people that like that to be able to spray it.
Lord Jesus.
So the company that I use, or the company that I buy my essential oils from, is Young Living.
Right.
They have a system.
That's where I get mine from too.
There you go. Everybody, Young Living is the bomb. In all seriousness, based on my research and the research of others, Young Living has the highest standards of, or I'll say highest quality standards in the world for their essential oils. That's why I use them, and because they work. So they're also the very first company in the world to now have sprayable fragrances. They're calling it fine fragrance. They're not really calling it cologne or perfume, but it's the same thing, that are completely toxin free. Completely. Like there's no, right now they have no competition. I'm sure that may change once people are kind of get clued into how they're doing it. But they are completely toxin free. And I'll say this because this is no secret. So even with the other colognes and perfumes that are out that say that they're clean, and there are some brands that say we're clean, we're non-toxic, and even if they have very few chemicals in them, I haven't found one yet that doesn't have any. But the problem is the alcohol. Alcohol has to be denatured. All right. And denatured means that you have to make it not drinkable. All right.
Right.
So, but the denaturing process is toxic. And so when you have all of these personal care products, including perfumes and cologne with this denatured alcohol, it can be very harmful to the body. Well, Young Living has found an alcohol that is organic, it's plant-based, and it's not denatured in that way. So it's completely non-toxic. They have found an alcohol that they can use that's not drinkable, but it doesn't go through that denaturing process. And now that's why it's now like the cleanest fragrance in the world in terms of wearing it. And they have, I don't have it close to me. Where is it? Somewhere. Anyway, they have all of these fragrances. They're gender neutral. When I say that, meaning that whichever one you like, you can wear. There's one in particular called Rugged Wilderness. Most men, most men gravitate to that, but there are women that actually like that as well. Now, there's another one called Timeless Floral. Most men are not going to gravitate to that one. But anyway, right now they have 6 different fragrances that are out. If that's something that you or anybody else that's watching that wants to know about, let me know. Let me know. Or actually, I think there is a link on my website. Yes, there's a link on my website to that company. So if you go to donnamarie21.com and just keep scrolling, because I think it's at the bottom that talks about non-toxic fragrances. If you click on that, it will actually take you to that website. And they're having sales right now. It's 20% off during
Black Friday. No, it's not Black Friday yet.
They started early. It's going on now through December the 1st, I think, which is Cyber Monday.
Well, can I get in? Because aren't I a member or something like that? What do I have?
Yes, I will send you a link.
Okay. Yeah, because
you don't order it through Young Living because it's not on their website, but I'll send you a link.
Okay. So, because you know what I'm going to do now, right?
Yep.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
You're going to go get it.
What else am I going to do?
I don't know. What else?
Get rid of all of my colognes.
Oh, yeah. There you go. See, I wish everybody was like you. Oh, my goodness. Everybody would be so healthy.
Listen,
seriously.
You said toxic. You used the word toxic. That's toxic. That's deadly. That's death. That's poison. Toxic means poison.
Yes, and a slow death at that. That's the thing.
You think I'm going to do that to me and I'm spraying it near my head too, up on my neck? That's near your brain. Come on, y'all. What? What else do you need?
That is true, but there are people out there that you cannot take their perfume or cologne from them.
No. I'll go without wearing any cologne. And most days I don't anyway wear any cologne or anything. As long as you take a bath, wash, shower, you should be all right. You don't need any cologne. You smell bad like that? My goodness. That means you eating wrong. You smelling like that. Good Lord.
See now, but by the time we're done, you can run a men's class for me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know about that. I'll stand next to you and shake my head. Yep. What she said. Yep, what she said.
I think you can run a men's class for me because, men like to hear it more from men.
Well, you know what? I probably would be a little bit more influential towards men than them hearing it for you. So, yeah, maybe one day we can get together. You can train me on what to say and what not to say because I get up there and say something stupid.
Nothing's ever stupid. It's
and,
just
and,
relatable.
and run everybody out the building. Fryer don't know what he talking about.
It's just relatable. That's okay. But anyway, so we're like way over.
It's
All right,
okay.
so we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop. But I just kind of want to leave. Oh, go ahead. You're gonna look at
No,
comments. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna shout out to everybody when you're done.
No, go ahead. Shout out. Go ahead. I'm gonna see who's
It's
on
Eddie
mute.
Casper's in the house. Put a high. He said, "Put that high karate." He said, "Put high karate on." Eddie Casper in the house. Eddie, you crazy. Chef Cuisine is in the house, and Annette's in the house. James Hicks, my moderator, is in the house. Watch this, James. You need this information. I thought you were on a plane, bro. You must have got off the plane. Robin Wilson is in the house. Shout out to you, Robin. My mother. What do you think about essential oil candles? My mother's asking.
Essential oil
Candles.
candles. So I usually separate essential oils from candles. Now you can use a diffuser like I have. I can't. It's here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, instead of a candle, because most candles are also really toxic. So since I've been using essential oils, I use a diffuser instead. But if there's, and I don't know if the term essential oil candle is a particular product that I'm not familiar with, but I normally separate the two.
Okay. Well,
So, but these diffusers are great.
Mom, what
They're
I'll
great.
do is I'll get the information from Donna. I'm going to write it down now about diffusers and what oils to get. I don't know, does Living Young sell the oils for the diffusers as well?
Oh yeah,
Young Living. Okay.
yeah. Almost all of those oils can go in diffuser. Three
Okay.
ways to get oils: inhaling, internally, or on the body topically. And for those of you that are watching, today is the last day of Young Living's Black Friday sale. Today's what, November the 21st? So if you're interested, like, do it tonight. And you get things like frankincense. Oh my goodness. Do you have frankincense?
Yes, I do. I rub it on my belly every night before I go to
Oh,
bed.
good. Good. Because
That's in my plan. That's what you told me to do. I got the smaller bottle, though. I guess I better go online and get a bigger bottle while it's on sale.
That's right. Do it tonight because the bigger bottle is normally like $86.
Yeah.
It's on sale for $60.
Oh, yeah, I got to roll. Yeah, we got to get off. I got to get you off.
Tonight before midnight, y'all.
Ron Miner is in the house. Bryant, is that right? Oh, no. Ron Minerva Bryant is in the house. Robin Wilson in the house. Shout out to you. Annette, I saw Eddie Casper. We got a bunch of people on. Cheryl Williams, I think I said Cheryl Williams, but shout out to you anyway. I believe that's it. I said James Hicks. Cheryl Denby. Yeah, I think I said everybody. Listen, if I missed your name, charge it to my head, not my heart. Because I appreciate all of you for supporting, for being on today. And prayerfully, Tiffany, what's going on? Shout out to you. Prayerfully, you got some valuable information that you can use and particularly help you out during the holidays. Stay stress-free. Don't eat too much. If you start eating too much, check yourself before you wreck yourself and keep things under control. And if you do need help, talk to somebody about, if you're feeling some kind of way about a loved one or a lost relationship, someone who passed on, talk to somebody. Don't, that's what I put up a post up a couple of weeks ago about Men's Mental Health Month. Men think that it's manly to keep their mouth shut. Man up. No, speak up. Stop trying to man up all the time and speak up. Go ahead, Don. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. And particularly if anyone is having issues or suffering with deep sorrow and grief, that is something that I do teach as well. And I'm doing a class on December 1st. If you're interested, and it's free. When I do online classes, a lot of times they're free. Send me a message through my website and I'll make sure that you get an invite to that. And I'll also make sure you get the replay of the last class, which you'll want to watch before that as well, because that is something that is near and dear to my heart, because it's something that I have come through. So I know what that feels like. So definitely. And again, like Irving said, it's good to reach out to someone, whether it's me or someone else. reach out to someone, because grief will eventually tear down your health.
Yeah.
And most people don't make that connection. They just think, oh, I just got sick, you know, but no, it's the grief that's tearing down your cells day by day by day. And you can be completely healed. It is possible. You don't have to live with that sorrow day in and day
Mm-hmm.
out. And
Mm-hmm.
so many people are living in silence. They're just not talking about it, you know, but you don't have to live in silence. And just for the holidays as a whole, the real thing is focusing on self-care. Okay. When it comes to overwhelm, it's that stress management. Okay. It's giving yourself grace
Right.
and giving yourself space and finding healthy ways to deal with the overwhelm. And again, I love the example, like when you're on a plane and it says, put your mask on first before
Mm.
you help somebody else. It's the same thing in life. You know, if you need your space, put your mask on first before helping someone else,
That's
because
good.
when I get worn out, I'm not much good to anybody
To
else.
anybody
So
else.
I've
That's right.
got to put
That's
my
right.
mask on first.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
When it comes to overeating, get your sleep so you can produce that leptin, so your body will say stop eating. Okay. And when it comes to grief, that's a much more complex process. Get some help. Get some help. But realize that you can be healed. It is possible. You don't just have to live with it for the rest of your life. So
Right.
that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
All right. But don't listen. But don't smoke weed, because weed turns off the leptin and you'll start eating. I'm sorry.
How
I
about
had to do that.
don't smoke weed? Just don't. Just say no.
I'm just saying no. I had to do that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was, you threw it up. The ball was up on the tee. I had to.
Yeah, I know. My fault.
All right, Donna. Thank you so much.
Thank
And listen, first Friday of December, Donna's going to be back. Is your schedule good?
My schedule is good. I did check it.
Okay, I'm good. We're good. That's what I'm talking about. So we'll be back Wellness Week, back on schedule, first Friday of December. We'll see you then. All right, Donna, I'm going to
Thank you.
click you off and I'm going to say hi to the people, or bye to the
All
people.
right. Good
All
night.
right. Thanks. Appreciate you. Love you.
Thank you. Good night.
Hey, as it always is, listen, that was a great conversation. That's what happens here at the Fryar Place. It's where the conversations are fire. We appreciate all of you for being with us tonight, for hanging in there, for your comments. We ask that you share this podcast, this show. I like to call it a show, not a podcast. This show with somebody else that you know, somebody that you're connected to. Like it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Well, you're probably always subscribed, but hit the notifications button. That way, when we come on every week at on Fridays at 7 o'clock, you'll get a notification. We're not always doing the wellness information, giving you wellness information. It's once a month with Donna Marie. Some of the other weeks, we have other kinds of people on from all kinds of different aspects of life, different venues of life, different means of life, different areas of life. I've been talking football the last couple of weeks. These next couple of weeks, we're going to have a couple of guests on who will probably be football-focused folk or football-related folk or former professional football players. But it's all for your entertainment. It's all for your information. It's all for you to come on and enjoy these conversations that we have here at the Fryar Place. And not just enjoy them, but be informed by them, so that you can take something away from these conversations, particularly when we're having these wellness weeks. Donna is so thorough. She's so thorough, and she knows what she's talking about. And every time I have a conversation, and this is no lie, this is no joke, I'm not exaggerating. Every time I have a conversation with her, I'm enlightened about something that I just didn't know about. And I'm more informed, and therefore I can make better or informed decisions when it comes to my life and my health. And that's what we want for you. We want you to make informed decisions, give you the proper information, set it out there for you so that you can make a decision and make a decision that's going to help you live a healthier, peaceful, productive life. All right, listen, see y'all next week. We'll get out of here a little bit over time. But again, thank you all. I shouted you all out earlier. Thank you all for being with us today. This is Wellness Week. It was with Donna Marie, and she's great. So we'll see you next week here at the Fireplace, where the conversations are fire. Take care of yourself. Be kind to others, because you know you reap what you sow. Peace.